Exactly.
Sunday.
Let people go to
You
church.
did not learn from what just happened? Go home to your
Learn what?
kids.
What you just saw was an ICE officer in Minneapolis using the murder of a woman by other ICE officers to try to get someone he was yelling at to comply with his orders. It was a small part of a longer, minute or so long video that I think is really worth going through and analyzing so you can see what ICE is saying and what they're doing when they're encountering people on the streets. At the beginning of this video, you can see two masked ICE officers rolling up on the driver's side of this car. One of them is holding his phone, likely recording the person inside of the car, while the other one starts yelling.
This is your warning. This is your warning.
For what?
Stop fucking following us. You are impeding operations. This is the United States federal
I live
government.
over here. I gotta get
This
to
is
my house.
This is your warning.
Gotta get to
All
my
right?
house.
Go home to your kids.
Go to church.
Go to home to your kids. This is your last warning.
I serve the
will
Lord.
arrest you.
As you can see, these officers enter the scene with a clearly escalatory posture. They're banging on the window, trying to get the driver to roll the window down, which, by the way, you should not do that, at least not all the way to communicate with these people. And they're threatening him with arrest if he continues doing what he's doing. It's the next part of the video, though, when he pans the camera over to the passenger side, where we start to see a massive escalation from another officer. This ICE officer, which snuck up to his passenger side during that interaction, already has his weapon drawn at the door. Now, many of you might not have taken firearm safety classes. That's totally fine, but even the 101 classes, ones taught by casual instructors, will tell you that by the time you've drawn your firearm out of the holster, you should do so with the expectation that you were going to kill what you were drawing on. Whether you're a casual hunter, a special forces operator, or someone in between, it's generally understood in the firearms community that when you're withdrawing your weapon from the holster, that is an explicit threat, if not you demonstrating that you have the intent to kill. And if you don't consider the firearm itself a threat, what the ICE officer says to the driver of the vehicle next does explicitly come off like one.
Just don't make a bad decision, okay, sir?
I'm not making any bad decision. I'm peaceful.
Just don't make a bad decision while his firearm is drawn. What that officer is saying is if that person makes a move those officers deem a threat, they are going to open fire on him. After a brief interaction with that ICE officer, he turns back to the original officer, who then says what is, in my opinion, the worst quote of the entire video.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, go.
It is
Exactly.
Sunday.
Let people go to
You
church.
did not learn from what just happened? Go home to your
Learn
kids.
what?
The intent there is clear. He's telling the driver, did you not learn from the ICE execution of another woman in your community? Why are you not complying? Now, after that officer goes away, the driver pans back to the front where another ICE officer is now taking photos of his license plate. That's active intelligence gathering. What those ICE officers are doing is getting photos and videos of the driver himself, as well as photos of the license plate of his vehicle so that they can enter him into a database and likely more easily track him later. Now, I want you to take note of how escalatory that interaction was from start to finish. Those ICE officers were acting with the intent to do harm to the driver the moment they walked up to his door. That's the reality of ICE, a fascist paramilitary institution that is willing to do violence against community members in cities and towns across the nation. These are officers who have been primed to understand their job as being that of a soldier, their operations as being within a war zone. These are fascist stormtroopers who have been primed to understand that their cause is righteous and that their opposition needs to be extinguished. I want you to think about that because the video you saw is not the only video coming out of Minneapolis. It's not the only video that's come out of ICE across the country. This is how the agency acts. The violence we're seeing is not an accident. It's not an aberration. It is the point of ICE itself. Something worth thinking about, I think. But yeah, as always, fuck ICE, salamu alaikum, and have a great day.